Hello, everyone. Damaris here from Impressions by Damaris. I hope you're all doing well. Blessings to you all. Today it is June 30th, 2025. And first of all, let me just say I had been going through something recently, some kind of flu virus, I don't know what. I'm finally feeling much better, but as you can probably tell, my voice is not back 100% yet, and neither is my sinuses. And my nose is still a bit stuffed up. Anyway, I want to come on here and just talk to you a little bit about, as I'm sitting here this morning, I'm looking over the month of June. Now, when I dream, I always have my phone near me on the nightstand because I grab it to record my dreams. And I find that it's the best way to capture, for me, the best way to capture as much as I possibly can from the dream. And I'm looking over my voice notes here, and I wanna point out some dreams that I had this month that I just feel I want to share with you and see what the Lord tells you through these dreams. Like, what is the Lord saying to you through these dreams? Because I believe when I dream, it's usually not just for myself. It's for me to share. Now, there are definitely some dreams that I will not share. There are things that are happening that I will not share because it is not that time. It's really important to know that not every dream and not everything the Lord shares with you is for you to share with anyone else. You have to be very careful with what you share, okay? And that's because we don't know other people the way God knows them. God knows the heart of people, remember? We only know what they show us. And anyway, so I want to start off with, let's see. The first one in June was on June 9th, and I shared that one. Actually, I'm not sure if that was a dream because I did not go back and listen to that one. Sometimes it's just words that the Lord put in my heart and things that I need to talk about that He wants me to put out there. So I'm not sure if God's plan to save you. I believe that's what I named the video as well. I try to whatever name I give to the dream, I use that same name when I load up the video for you guys to listen to. So I know I did put that one out there. And then the next one which was also on June 9th. I probably put it up on a different date, but that was Matthew 24. And that one I remember was the Lord putting in my heart to talk about, just to remind us, right, that all these things are to come, that we as the church should not be fearful, but should be prayerful, right? These are times when we should be closer to the Lord. Make sure we're reading the Word every day. Make sure we're praying for our families in our region, in our country, right? And our leaders, and praying for what's going on in the world. And just basically, praying against what the enemy's doing, right? Pushing back the darkness. And so it was just a reminder that, hey, these things are to come. It feels like the end, but it is not. It's actually the beginnings of the birth pains, right? And so if we think this is bad, you know? Get ready for what's coming. But hey, it's not for us to be in fear. It's for us to be prayerful, because that's how we fight back as Christians, right? We deal with the spirit realm. We don't fight with people, right? Make sure you're not getting distracted, because that is one of the enemy's tactics, you know. When you're looking what's going on the left, make sure you're also looking on the right and see what's going on there, right? Don't get distracted. Keep your eyes open, be alert. I know that there's a lot going on in this world, and we tend to feel like overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, but you know what? It's really simple. It really is. We tend to make things more complicated than they actually are. Our job is to stay focused on Him, remain in the Word, and remain in prayer, fighting back darkness. That is our job. That is what we are to do, because prayer changes things, right? And then the Lord will come and give us specific words, give us specific assignments, and we do whatever He tells us. But other than that, our job is to stay focused on Him. It's very simple. And it's actually so peaceful when you remain there, right? That the stuff that comes, that's going on in the world, just kind of goes over like water on a duck's back, right? It just goes right over you. Not because you don't care, but because you're focused on Him and you're focused on prayer, dealing with the issues, right? And so therefore you remain centered with Him. You remain in peace. And so then came, and this one I did post, the video I did after Matthew 24, I put up another video, and I think it was within a day or two I took it down. I took it down because I want to just explain it a little bit better. When I had a dream, and this was on June 11th, I had a dream, and I was in heaven with Jesus, and like all of a sudden I was in heaven, and all of a sudden Jesus came up next to me, and we were just kind of walking along. I was following His lead. And, you know, our surroundings was like a cloudy day, right? It was like a cloudy day all around. And we were walking along, and nothing was being said. We were just walking. And it was very cloudy. But then all of a sudden, it starts getting bright, and we step into this beautiful, bright, sunny day. And oh my gosh, the contrast was unbelievable. As we step into this light, oh my gosh, it changed everything. And I know that the way, this is why I took the recording down, because I recorded it as I was remembering it. But it's hard to explain how for me to put into words what it was like when I stepped from that cloudy day, that darkness, into the light, bright and sunny day. Because when I stepped into that light, that sunny day, it was as if you're stepping in from one world into another, right? I mean, that's how much of a difference it was. It felt like I was in a whole new world, and it was a whole new me, for that matter. Like everything about it was different. It was no longer me from back there. This is now a new me in a new territory, if you will, right? And I was so happy and I felt so light. And I felt like this is just such a new me. It was so beautiful, you guys. It was almost like the metamorphosis of of the butterfly, right? When the snail is still not the snail. Forgive me, you guys. My mind is. I had a death yesterday. One of my aunts died. One of my favorite aunts, and so my mind is just going in so many different directions right now. And for that matter, that's what I can't think of. What is it? It's not a snail. What is it before it becomes okay? All right, I gotta let it go, you guys, because I got too much on my mind. But anyway, when it's in the cocoon, right, and it's becoming and it's breaking out and it becomes this beautiful butterfly. Well, the transition is so different. It goes in as a certain animal, but it comes out, well, insect, whatever, creature, and it comes out as a whole different insect, right? That's how much of a difference there was in this dream. That's how different everything was. As I was walking with Jesus on this cloudy day, and I walk into this beautiful, bright sun. I was so happy. I was so light. I felt so light. And I just felt like it was a whole new me. And it was interesting because in this dream, I said to Jesus, I looked back and I said, I don't want to go back there. I want to stay here. I don't ever want to go back there. And so anyway, as the dream goes on, I start laughing. Like, I'm laughing so hard, you guys, like a big belly laugh. I haven't had a big belly laugh like that in a long time. And it felt so good. But the thing is, here I am cracking up laughing. I don't even know what I was laughing at, you guys. I have no idea what it was the glory. It was the happiness of the Lord. It was just, I don't know. I can't put it into words. But let me tell you what it reminded me of. I remember thinking of one time I was watching Kenneth E. Hagin, where he was having a meeting and he was laughing and everybody in the meeting was laughing. Like, I mean, they were on the floor laughing. And I didn't get that. Like, that did not, like, I just didn't get that. I'm like, I don't know about that part, Well, let me tell you, in this dream, I completely understood that because I had so much of the happiness of the Lord in me, in my spirit, that I could just not control the laughing. I could not. I was laughing so hard. Tears were coming out of my eyes, and I don't even know why I was laughing. It was so cool. And so now as I'm looking back over the month and I'm thinking of these different dreams that I've had, on this one, I believe the Lord is telling us that just cling to me, come with me. And whenever he says come with me, you guys, that's a call to go deeper, right? Spend more time with him alone. Spend more time in his word, right? That's what he means when he's calling us, when he says come up higher, come in deeper, come. That's what it means. It's spending more time with him and getting in the word more. And so I believe that in these dark days, as we do go through the days and we're spending more time with him, he will bring us, you guys, from the darkness into the light. And and I'm not talking about depression. I'm talking about, the darkness represents the enemy, right? So he will bring us from whatever darkness we are in our lives into the light, as long as we are walking along with him, as long as we are abiding in him, as long as we remain in the word. He will bring us out of all this. And let me tell you, he's delivered me out of there was some kind of evil spirit. I don't even know what it was, you guys. I have an idea, and I could feel it on my right shoulder. And this had been for a few years, at least 5 years, 4 or 5 years, something like that. And I didn't, at first I didn't know what it was. And then I started getting my suspicions. And then I was pretty sure. And so I went into warfare. And so I would try to fight this thing. I would try to get this thing removed. And, over time, it would get really silent. And I thought, I got it. And then something would happen. Or for whatever reason, I could feel it again. And I'm like, it is still there. What is going on? And so, like I said, this has been going on for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, 3, 4, 5 years, something along those lines. And it got to the point where I was really frustrated because I could not fight this thing. Now, you know how in the Bible, the apostles tried to deliver someone from some evil spirits, and they couldn't. And they said, Jesus, why can't we get these demons to go? And he said, for these, you have to fast. Well, let me tell you, I've never been the greatest at fasting, because every time I would attempt it, I could go 4 or 5 hours. I've gone a lot longer than that. I've gone about 7, 8 hours without eating. I can do that easily. But to go beyond that was always really hard for me. I could do a few hours, but it would reach a point where it was hard for me to go beyond that point, because then I would start feeling like I'm going to faint. And so, I really struggle with fasting. And so, I would get to the point where I would just get really mad, right? And I'm like, Lord, help me out here. I'm trying to get rid of this thing and it's not going. It's not budging. And I've tried my best. And so what I just realized this month is that the Lord has delivered me from it. It is completely gone. And I don't even know when it happened, right? But I will tell you this. Without looking at my calendar, I don't know when this was, but within the last, it might have been in May, where all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I decide I'm going to do a 3-day fast. No, I take that back. I heard someone that I listened to say they were going on a fast. I think it was Liberty who talked about a fast. And you guys, I have heard this many times from many people, right? And it never affected me the way it did this time. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to do a 3-day fast. Well, let me tell you, that was nothing but a setup from the Lord. That was nothing but supernatural, because let me tell you that I went 3.5 straight days without eating not one thing. No fruit, no vegetables, no pasta, no meat, no bread, no nothing. I ate nothing. I did a liquid fast, nothing but water. What I did do, though, was I used salt. So I took some pink salt and I would put it in my mouth and I would let it dissolve completely, and then I would wash it down with water. And I would do that throughout the day, 2 or 3 times a day, or whenever I felt like I really needed it. But that's what I did for 3 straight days. I have never done a whole day fast in my life, let alone 3.5 days. And so that was nothing but the Lord. But let me tell you that I still have yet to find out what else he did on that day, because this thing is completely gone. And I don't know when it happened. It was like, you know how, you pray for prayer for healing, right? Something you've been dealing with for a long time. And it's become such part of your day that when the Lord heals you of it, you don't even realize. And then one day you go, I don't have that issue anymore, right? But who knows how far back the Lord had already healed you from it. That's happened to me. That's why I'm saying it. And so this was something like that. The Lord delivered me from that thing, but I don't know when it happened. But I can tell you that fast did a lot in the spirit. And I'm not going to go into that part. But that day was an amazing day on June 11th when he gave me that dream. Something shifted that day. And definitely there was a shift in that fast. So anyway, now let me move on to the following dream. Was on June 19th. And that was a dream about, so I have one of my cousins this was a guy who's a workaholic, right? He spends the majority of his day working. The only time he's not working is when he's sleeping, right? He's always working. He goes into work on his days off. He goes into work and, he stays in there late. Like, he's a workaholic. Has been all his life. And so the dream was kind of weird, first of all, because I don't normally dream about my family. And so for me to dream, for him to be my dream was kind of weird to begin with. But the dream itself was weird because he had bought a car, and it turned out to be a lemon. And he came to see me because kind of like, two heads are better than one kind of thing, kind of like, let's hash this out and see if you can give me some ideas on how to deal with this or what to do about this or whatever. And so we were doing that, but so he was all stressed out because this was a lemon and he didn't have the money to fix it. So that right there was a red flag to me in this dream, because I'm like, my cousin not having the money to fix this car is not like him. And so, yeah, he didn't have the money to fix the car, of course, and he didn't have the money to buy another car. And so that dream was telling me about the economic situation that's going to be coming. It's definitely going to get a lot worse. And so, again, not to fear, but to be prepared. To be prepared. Prepare yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, right? Prepare for those things that are coming. Just like the children in the Bible, in the Old Testament, God always protected them. Always. So if you're having fear, then you're not trusting that God is going to protect you during the horrible times that are coming. Right? We got to trust him, you guys, no matter what. Anyway, all right, so let me move on to the other dream. This one was on June 19th. And this one had to do with me going to so apparently I went on an interview, and this would have been a different city because I was not familiar with the area at all. So I went to traveled to this city, wherever it was, for an interview. And so I come out of the interview and I'm outside the building, and I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to people. And one of the guys from the company had came downstairs and kind of, came up to me after the interview, and he was like, I think you should really get this position, and you're a great writer, you're blah 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 blah. Like, he was pointing out all these highlights, my experiences that would make me a great candidate for whatever that position was. I don't even know. But the point is, he was apparently someone I had talked to in the, I don't think he was the interviewer, but I believe at some point I did talk to him, or maybe he was in the room when I was being interviewed. I don't know. All I know is he was somehow involved, because when he came down and said that to me, it was like I knew him. I was familiar with him. I had spoken with him before. And so as he's saying this, then the last thing I can remember him saying is, I don't know what to do. And that part had to do with, that part was a personal thing. The next thing you know, he's hugging me. He gives me a hug. And as he gives me a hug, we're kind of locked into this hug. And oh my Lord. You know how sometimes you know that you know that you know. For me, that's one of the ways God speaks with me. When I know that I know that I know, No one in this world could tell me different. Because I know that I know that I know what the Lord is telling me, right? There's just no budging. There's no doubt. There's no second guess. There's no, I don't need no confirmation. Like, I know that I know that I know. And so this was one of those times when we locked into that hug. I knew that I knew that I knew this was the husband that God had for me. And so, I think in the dream I said something like I was saying to myself as we were locked into this hug, this is my guy. This is my guy. Oh my gosh, it was such a beautiful experience. And so let me go back and explain when he said, I don't know what to do, it had to do with his feelings for me, is what I understood in the dream. And it was kind of like, it's not like I get the impression that it wasn't that he didn't know how he felt about me. He knew how he felt about me. That's why he said, I don't know what to do about this. It was kind of like, we just met, I don't even know you. I just know that you are that person for me, is the impression I got in the dream. And when we locked in that hug, that is what I knew, that he was the guy for me. And so it was beautiful, you guys. It was just, oh my gosh. I did not want to let go of that man. I just wanted to stay in that hug forever. It was so beautiful. Anyway, that is a message for all you single ladies out there waiting to meet your guy. And so I believe your guy is coming. Just remain faithful and just know that he's coming. And know that God knows when that right time is. You don't want him before the right time. You don't want him after the right time. You want him at the right time, because it is then when it will be the perfect relationship God created it to be in the first place. So that's what you want. So be patient. I don't care how long you've been waiting. I've been waiting for years, you guys. But I love my God. I know my God. I trust my God. And I know that when it's the right time, he will come. And so then we go into June 28th was the following dream I recorded this month. And this one this was kind of weird. All I remember on this one is I saw a missile coming. And the missile came and hit like right in front of me. And when it hit, water came out. Water was coming out from the earth. Like when it hit the ground, all this water was coming out. And I woke up. And so, water to me represents Holy Spirit. And so I believe that there's going to be such a massive, right? Because that's what the missile would represent, right? When a missile hits, it does great damage. Well, I believe that when Holy Spirit comes, it's going to be like a massive explosion of Holy Spirit all over the place, It's going to be awesome. So I think we should be excited, right? Because this is coming. It's not all doom and gloom, you guys. You got to remember that these times are not, this is a dual thing going on at the same time, right? The good and the bad is going on at the same time. The bad is being exposed. The church is being prepared, right? Cleansed, go through the fire for a few more times, pull out all the remaining impurities that are in us, preparing us for what's to come, right? And the bad is being exposed, right? The evil is being exposed. So you got these two things going on at the same time. Now, when all heck breaks loose for the dark side, God is going to pour out his spirit. And we are going to be blessed, and we're going to be in revival, and all these amazing, beautiful things need to happen, and it will happen, because we do need a last revival before the Lord comes. So, be excited about what's coming, you guys. Don't focus on what's going on in the world. Please don't focus on what's going on in the world. Only make it a point to know what's going on in the world so that you can pray against it. Let it and leave it at that. Don't get focused on it. Don't get into arguments. Don't get into opinions. Don't get into being offended. Just, you need to get yourself to the mature level where you need to and can easily let go of that. Because that is not where you should be. You need to be focused on the Lord in the Word and praying against the evil. That's what you need to be doing. Focused on what the Lord is telling you to do right now. Right? Reminding him of the promises he's given you. But don't get caught up on what's going on there, because that's what the enemy wants. For you to be in fear. For you to be stressed out. Worried about, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. It's not falling. These are just the beginnings of birth pains, you guys. And so we need to just be strong. Stay focused on him. It becomes very easy when your focus is him and not the world. All right. And so the next dream was on the 29th, which was yesterday. And this one, I haven't really spent that much time, because it just happened yesterday, to really understand what the Lord is telling me through this dream. But all I remember is I was with someone, who knows who, I don't know who, but we were in the car, it was like late afternoon, kind of like dusk time. It's not dark and it's not light. It's kind of that dusk phase. And so we were driving around, and I think we were this was definitely out in the country, and I think we were trying to find our way to wherever it was that we were going. It seems like we either were on the wrong road and trying to find the right road. I think that's what was going on. Well, anyway, and this is on the back roads, the mountains, whatever. We're driving, and I see this road in front of me, and it's a big, wide open area. And the road kind of curves behind this boulder, and so, and in front of us, on this wide area, it seems like some rocks had fallen. So there were a couple of big rocks, and a bunch of little rocks, and big enough that you wouldn't be able to drive through it in your car or a pickup or anything like that. And so I was thinking, we gotta get through this. We gotta, I wonder if that's a road, is actually what I was wondering. Is this like a road? And next thing you know, this little car comes around that boulder comes around that curve out into the big wide open area where we were. And I see this little car coming fast, and it hit the rocks. And we go up to the car, and it was two elderly guys, one older than the other one. And the older one was injured. And you guys, that's all I remember. Then we woke up. Then I woke up. So I don't know what that dream, what the message is on that dream. I haven't really since yesterday, because on the 28th was when my aunt died, so my mind has been kind of like distracted. So I haven't really pondered much on this dream with these two elders and this road and out in the country. I'm not sure what the Lord is saying through that dream yet, but maybe see what you think He's telling you. But anyway, all right, that's all, you guys. I just wanted to share the dreams I had this month and what I believe the Lord is saying through them. And that's it for now. Me and my stuffy nose are going to say until the next time. God bless you.